I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want you to hear me out on this one, but this is a question that used to be asked in the community every couple of years or so. Does zombies need to die, or should it at least go away for a couple of years at this point and come back as something bigger, better, and stronger? And I haven't really seen this argument since probably 2019, I would say, but it's more important than ever. Right now, we're at a very interesting time with zombies, where ever since Cold War and introduction of this more open world style of zombies, the community has been really divided. I would say more so than it ever has been in the last 14 years. There's a lot of people who really enjoy Outbreak or Modern Warfare 3 style zombies, and clearly that's showing because Treyarch has said that zombies with those games has been more popular than ever. On the flip side of that though, you get a lot of the older school hardcore fans who really just don't understand what is going on with zombies and why it's pivoting away from what they enjoyed and what was clearly successful and what made it successful in the first place. For those fans especially, it's probably been a good 9 years since you've really enjoyed a Call of Duty Zombies experience. Maybe you enjoyed a little bit of Cold War, maybe you enjoyed some of Black Ops 4, but even if you did, you're only really getting something that you're gonna have fun with every couple of years at this point, and even that's a bit hit or miss. Now, I'm personally someone who really enjoyed Cold War Zombies, and I enjoyed Modern Warfare 3 Zombies at the start. I'm disappointed it didn't get a lot of updates, and that's kind of what put me off of it, but from what I did play in the beginning, I really enjoyed it. There is a very clear and unmistakable divide though among the entire community. Do we go for traditional round-based zombies? Do we go back to the Black Ops 3 style where we're getting big budgets for maps, we're focusing on the story, and then we are focused on just making the coolest possible shit that we possibly can? Or do we continue down the path of going this more Warzone, simple, military spec style game mode? But I think what's clear to everybody, no matter what side of the aisle that you sit on with this, that Zombies just kind of doesn't feel the same that it used to. It doesn't have that same pizzazz, or that same mystery or wonder that it once did. Whether or not you really enjoy the gameplay is totally different than what I'm talking about. What I am talking about is it doesn't feel like a special event when a Zombies map comes out anymore. Because I remember waking up at 2 AM to play the new Zombies map. I would probably skip school, or I would go to school with basically zero sleep. I'm looking for the Easter egg, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, I'm gonna go for a high round. Me and my friends are really excited for what's going on. Nowadays, when updates release and a new map comes out or there's new additions, I'm kind of just like, okay, I'll download it, I'll play it at night. I'm not really super worried about getting to it then and there. I need to play it now, and I know a lot of people are like that currently. One thing that I think is way more dangerous for the Zombies community than a bad game, because you can have one bad game in a franchise, you can have a couple of bad games, who really cares? But I think where the Zombies community is right now is basically near the death nail of what it can be, and that is everybody being apathetic. If you don't know what apathetic means, it just means that you don't care. You're kind of like, okay, well, if something comes out, cool, I'll maybe try it, whatever, but you're not even invested enough to give enough of a shit to argue about it anymore. You're just like throwing your hands up going, whatever, Zombies isn't for me anymore, and that's what I'm starting to see out of a lot of people that I'm talking to. Because think about it this way, when Black Ops 4 launched and a lot of people really weren't into it, there was a lot of discussion. There was thousands of threads on Reddit. There were hundreds of YouTube videos created. Everybody was talking about it. Whether or not they liked it, they were still talking about it. Both MW3 Zombies and with zombies in general right now, it just seems like no one's talking about it. No one is bothering to give a shit, and that is a dangerous place to be in. So that's where my question comes in. Does Zombies need to go away for a while? I'm actually starting to lean towards yes, and I never thought that I would actually say that. Zombies is in a place where it's been going for the last 14 years. Combined between all of the Treyarch maps and all of the spin-off games, we're at about 80 maps total right now. That is a lot of fucking zombies, guys. Even the difference from something like World of War to Black Ops 1 is actually a lot bigger than most people tend to realize. Every single game that includes zombies is so drastically different from one another that every single time a new game releases, you have people that become fans of that game, it will become their favorite game, and then they want every game from there on out to be like that. And then when the next one inevitably is not like that, they're going to be frustrated. For as much as that makes zombies a really unique side mode within a franchise that can get really stale sometimes, I do also think that that's a bit dangerous because it divides the community so much. no one can universally agree on what even makes zombies good after 14 years. So personally, I think what Treyarch and Activision need to do is say, look, after 2024 comes out, no matter whether it's successful, no matter whether it tanks, no matter what happens with it, I think what needs to happen is that they need to sit down and fully assess what zombies really is at its core. And even though this will probably never happen, they just need to be honest with the fans. Someone from the Treyarch team should probably sit down in front of a camera and just say once and for all, this is the direction that we're going in with zombies. We're either committing to the open world style of zombies from here on out. You're going to see more stuff like Outbreak, or you're going to see more stuff like Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. This is where we're going to be going. Don't ask for round-based zombies, or if they're going to pivot back to round-based, then say that. Tell the community that, hey, we're going to focus on you guys again because we tried this thing, we didn't like it, or it didn't work, or whatever the case is, but we're going back to what we've always done. Because I think if nothing else, it would give closure to a community that's been waiting for years to kind of just figure out what's even fucking going on here. I think there's millions of people right now who really love zombies, who have so many fond memories of it, and are wanting to go back to it. But there's also millions of players who are in love with this new style. Clearly, Zombies has not taken a hit from changing directions. When you have two almost equally popular ways of playing your mode, that is a weird state to be in, but Treyarch does need to sit down and once and for all just say, we are fucking sticking with this. And if they can't, then honestly, they need to just stop for a couple of years. They need to come up with a unified vision of what Zombies is once and for all. Even from a creative perspective, this will give them more time to come up with better ideas, because right now, I'm not a fan of the military shit, right? I want them to go back to the weird, esoteric, Lovecraftian bullshit that they once did, or go back to being creepy like they did with World of War and Black Ops 1. But right now, we're just going from military base to military base, and I don't think anyone really, I don't think in 5 years people are going to be talking about how great the design of Firebase Z is. The one downside to that, though, is that if they do stop making zombies, then there is a potential that Activision just comes up with something in the meantime that either becomes more successful or is easier to create, and it just makes zombies totally irrelevant and it doesn't come back again, or it at least isn't an integral part of the Call of Duty franchise anymore. There is that risk that comes with it. When you take something away from a franchise that is yearly and Call of Duty will not stop being a yearly title, then you risk it going away forever. But maybe is that worth it? It kind of comes down to the idea of, do you die a hero or do you live long enough to become the villain? Because Zombies is not becoming a villain right now, but we are coming to a weird point in Zombies history where people are going to start having this totally negative view of it overall. I think that people are starting to override their great memories of Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and Black Ops 3, and they're starting to just have these negative thoughts about what it is right now. Truly, I'm hoping that I'm proven wrong and that 2024 is going back to something that a lot of people can universally say, you know what, this is just a really fucking good game, man, and this conversation becomes totally irrelevant, and I hope that I look really stupid soon. But if I don't, then we really need to start asking some questions here, guys. But this video is meant to be a discussion, and I know you guys are going to have a lot of opinions on what I just said. I want to hear them. I'm not going into this convinced one way or the other that it needs to go away or it really needs to stay every single year. I'm just, honestly, I'm up for a discussion. That's entirely what this channel is about, is just getting my thoughts out and then having you guys come back and say, hey, here's what I feel too. And while you guys are down there writing your 5-page comment, leave me a like and subscribe. Go check out the video that I put out yesterday because I also think it's really cool. It's a discussion about how zombies used to have these weird obsessions for every couple of months, and then we haven't had one in a while, but there was a really strange one a few years ago. Thank you for watching. By the way, the link for this map is going to be in the description if you want to play it. It's really cool. I love these really artsy style maps. I don't really care how well they play or not. I just kind of have fun looking at them. Thank you for watching. Love you. Bye-bye.